Let's do it.
Well, I guess we are live. StreamYard has been very bad to us this afternoon, and we would love to say we are so sorry for being here late. Well, ladies, gentlemen, whoever is viewing us from wherever you are, we do appreciate you. We appreciate your time and pray for us because somehow our volume and our mics keep cutting off. So we
Right.
are going to fight through this just in case. So, welcome everyone. Good evening, and welcome to my wonderful guest, ROJI. I would love to say thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to join us this afternoon. It's a slow start, but we're gonna fight through it, right? Yes. So first, let's go through. ROJI, I'm going to give you the platform. Introduce yourself and tell us something about yourself this evening.
Sure. Hi, everyone. This is ROJI. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from and watching us from. Actually, we're live. Um, नमस्ते सबैजनालाई मेरो नाम चाहिँ रोजी शाही हो संसारको जुनै पनि कुनाबाट हजुरहरूले हामीलाई हेरिरहनु भएको छ भने म नमस्कार भन्न चाहन्छु. Um, I am Roji Shahi from Kathmandu, Nepal. Um, I have been in the United States for the past 6 years. So, yeah, here is my journey today that I am excited to share with you guys from a registered nurse to a digital entrepreneur.
Yes. You are so impressive when you started to speak your language. That was so impressive. Thank you for being here. So,
Sure.
Rochi, so let's go. Before starting this business, what were you doing? You just mentioned as a registered nurse. So, give us a little journey, your steps.
Sure. So, profession wise, I was a registered nurse, but I was also doing the cosmetology. So, back home, I did the cosmetology, and after that, I went to the nursing school. And once I did the nursing school back home, I wanted to do my bachelor's in nursing. So I decided to explore different options in different countries. And I happened to get a scholarship here in the United States. And that's how my journey started, here in the United States. So I came here, did my bachelor's of science in nursing and minor in psychology. And I worked as a registered nurse on the floor for years.
Wow.
And yeah, right now I'm a digital business entrepreneur full time.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you got a scholarship when
Right.
you came here and
Mm-hmm.
you worked your way up to a registered nurse. So may I
Yes.
ask how many years it took you to get your license as a registered nurse?
So it's kind of different, right? Because the education system in Nepal is different from what it is here.
Mm-hmm.
So back home, I went to nursing school for 3 years and I got
Mm-hmm.
my license over there to practice as a registered nurse. And then I came here and, obviously I came here to do my bachelor's. So I did my bachelor's. That took me approximately 1.5 years because my credits transferred from back home. So probably around 4.5 years, probably to
Okay,
get the license here.
that's good. That's you know, with most of our journeys, with most of the people that I have interviewed or who have interviewed me, most of us are immigrants
Right.
and we came to the beautiful United States or whatever other countries that you are viewing from to make a better life for yourself and
Exactly.
most time for your loved ones that you left behind in your
Right.
country. For instance, some left their parents, their brothers, their siblings, to make a better way. By you going ahead, you are making a better way for them. So that's a wonderful thing you have done.
Thank you.
So you also mentioned cosmetology. You
Yes.
you have a license in cosmetology.
Well, I actually did a diploma in cosmetology. So but I never practiced like as a profession wise because I was
Okay.
like into nursing then, you know.
Oh,
So it's just sitting somewhere. I,
but
so
that's beautiful. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry if I'm looking down at my questions.
yeah, that's all right.
Uh, so, so how has this business, what was your driving force? Because you were working a good job as a registered nurse. From what I think
Right.
I know, registered nurse makes money, right?
Hmm.
So what was the driving force that caused you switch from a registered nurse, from working so hard to get your license, to become a digital owner? What was that driving force? What caused you to switch?
Okay, Kim, that's really a good question, actually. And a lot of people ask me this questions again and again. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I really hear these questions from my friends and family and even my parents, you know. Um, Nursing profession, like, you know, people say that nursing profession is like really rewarding career, right? And like you said, people have that mindset that nurses make a lot of money, you know, it's a very good profession. And like my parents were not happy when I decided to get out of the nursing profession to begin with, right? So, what I would say is like, even though nurses make a lot of money and it is a good profession, a lot of people don't know this amount of stress that we face as nurses in the workplace, right? Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. So, what most people don't understand is the mental and physical exhaustion that comes with it, right? And on top of that, I was working long hours, like strenuous hours every single day,
Hmm.
you know, to meet my needs, to meet my family needs. Like, I still remember going to work at 5 in the morning, coming home at 11, right? So many times, Kim, like I used to fall asleep in the couch in scrub and go back to work at 5 in the morning again, turn around and do the same thing over and over again.
Hmm.
So I never like, you know, at this young age, like people say, oh, you know, at your age, I was doing this, I was having fun, party, this and that. I didn't have no life. Like I always, you know, had to find my way to, you know, to meet the goals that, to, the ambitions that I have in my life. So I wouldn't say it was a bad experience because I love nursing. I love my people. I love my patients. You know, I love my coworkers and everything. But you know, there are times when you just have to sit back and think, you know, is this even worth doing it, right? And especially after COVID hit, the
Hmm.
whole profession has changed drastically, and not only nursing but the whole healthcare, right? So there was a lot of like mental stress, you know, going to work and the hours I was putting into the work, you know, and I was still struggling to pay my bills. So,
Hmm.
you know, as an immigrant, you come here, you know, I have my family back home, right? And it's already a lot of sacrifice that you come here and do everything on your own at such a young age. I was 19 when I came here. So, you know, handling all those situations on your own, and then there comes like a financial responsibilities, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot to go through. And COVID didn't make it any easier because, you know, when COVID hit, like, you know, nurses had to work on the COVID floor, like, you know, COVID unit, and so did I. So I worked
Hmm.
on a COVID floor for a while, and I evidently got the COVID. I got so
Hmm.
sick, I could not get out of bed. Like, I just couldn't. I was in the hospital for days, you know, and it's
Hmm.
costly. Healthcare is expensive, right? And matter of fact, like that's when I realized how financially insecure I was because nursing, that job was only my income,
Hmm.
right? I have only one source of income and I have to pay all these bills: my student loan, my rent, my utilities, my medical bills with one job, right? So I was struggling, even no matter how many hours I put on, it's the same thing over and over again. Living from paycheck to paycheck is hard. And I'm pretty sure there are people out there, who can resonate the things that I'm saying in their lives. And it's common because people do still live paycheck to paycheck to meet their needs, right? Especially when they have families to take care of, when they have kids to take care of, right? So
Mhm.
anyway, from that situations, and that was shocking for me because um I realized how financially insecure I was, and I was like, I don't have plan B. Like, I only had one option, one job, and that's it. Like, when I didn't go to work, I didn't get no paycheck, but I still had to pay the bills, right?
Yes.
So that was like really like a trigger point in my life, and I started exploring different options. I started like looking for a side hustle or a side gig, even if I could like 100 or $200 extra per month just to pay my utilities, that would be beneficial for me, right? So that I can cut the nursing hour.
Mm.
And yeah, I landed onto different options, like business options, side gigs. And let me tell you this, not every each one of them is for you, right? Because
Exactly.
there are a lot of people, there are a lot of scammers saying, "Hey, we have the best business out here," and the other one says, "Hey, we have the bestest business." So it's our responsibility to know what is right for us, right? So I did try a couple of online businesses, but dealing with customers, dealing with and at the same time I was also working nursing jobs, so it was stressful. So dealing with customers, shipping and handling is a headache, and I did not want to be a part of that. So I decided not to continue with that, and I explored. And one day, while I was just scrolling through my Facebook, and I saw this advertisement on my feed, and I'm like, this lady is talking about how her journey, how she was an IT professional, and how she started her digital business, and how this is affecting her life and her family. And I was really like interested to know more about it, right? So I was like, okay, I need to reach out to her to see what this is about. So I did. And I figured out like how what is the process, step by step process to do it. And yeah, I landed onto this business. I dived into the details to the business model, you know, and I took the whole package, like full package training. And yeah, at first I register, as per the instructions, and I did the webinar, you know, that we watch for free at no cost. And I think that is the best part of this business, is like that webinar,
Yes.
because like it is at no cost that we get to watch, and it tells you about the what this business is about, right? Like people from all over the world, right, from are doing this successfully, and they're
Global
seeing
community.
results, right? And I
Yeah.
was so impressed looking at that webinar. I was like, okay, I did not know there's such thing like this, you know so I was like more interested to know about that. And like hearing from people their struggle in life. Kim, we all have struggles in our life, right? Like I
Yes.
have my own struggle and you do have your own. So everybody has their own struggle, and hearing to them like made me feel better. It made me
Mm.
feel like I'm not the only one.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how
So
I got into the business.
that's, I want to just circle back quickly.
Mhm.
You said that I asked you, why would you leave a nursing job where a lot of people think that to be a nurse is such an amazing job, which I know it is, and
Mhm.
it is very fulfilling, especially, you're taking care of people's lives.
Yep.
But you said something
Mhm.
mentally you were tired.
Yep.
Physically you were tired. And this is how the jobs, you know, eventually you figure that out at a young age because you're saying you're young. But what about the person who have committed 20 years of their life at this job? Because I have known people that are nurses and they have been in their jobs for over 40 years. Do you know one of my business partner? I think she told me she was a nurse for like 25 years. And so she told me she would like night and day. She said, I will come home, Kim, and I would sleep. I don't see my kids. I would get up. And now when she started the business, she had to like reprogram her whole sleeping method. She had to get on a track and get into like understanding. Listen, morning is for being up and getting work done
Yes.
because her whole life was changed upside down. She started this business as a young woman, and when she stepped out, she was an older woman.
Yeah.
So some people get the opportunity
Hmm.
to see and get a backup plan before they have reached so far. We are not taking back from those that are nurses and that love their jobs. We are not saying that.
Hmm.
But so everyone have their own journey, as you stated. We all have our own desires in life. And you were being burned out already at a young age, and you
Yep.
realized that you were just working around the clock, and there was nothing beneficial to it than
Hmm.
just running down your mental mind and your physical body. You were literally
Right.
so. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
So since you have made that switch,
Hmm.
so you're no longer a registered nurse, you're
Hmm.
now a businesswoman.
Yes.
You own your own business.
Hmm.
So tell me, since starting your business journey, how it has impacted your life. How does you tell me in your own words, how just tell me. By the look
So I can go on and on.
your smile, it tells me all. Because when you were talking about your nursing job, your it felt like you were still there
Yes,
because
I can still feel it.
you were still feeling that struggle. But now tell me, how has it impacted your life becoming a business woman and a digital business owner working from home online?
So, okay, here are a few things that I want to like point it out, right? So, talking about my personal life, like I said, how stressful nursing job is, right? It's not easy, it's not for everybody. So, hats off to the nurses who are still working on the floor, long hours and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But what I realized is at the end of the day, if you're not happy with what you're doing, I was like in a survival mode, basically. I was living my life in a survival mode, and I could only do so much. I don't want to, work like that until my 40s and 50s and retire. You know what I mean? I did not want to do that. So I was like, okay, I have to, find something else to, bring a change in my life. I just wanted to see a change in the pattern I was living my life, right? So anyway, I am not stressed out as before, you know. You can tell because Kim, I used to take anxiety medicine before I go do my shift because I knew what was coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Like it used to be hectic, right? And nursing profession is like there's always shortage, like not enough staff, you know, like you're overworked, underpaid, underappreciated. That's what happens like when you work for somebody else. I came to realize that because you go to work, you do your thing. Obviously, you do. I love nursing. Like I mentioned it 1,000 times. Like I love taking care of people. But what you go to work and what you're doing is like you're building somebody else's future out there, right? You work for these large corporations, and at the end of the day, you're helping them pay their taxes, right? So we have to understand that. We have to see the big picture out there, get outside of, and think about like the large picture out there and see, what you're actually doing and is it even worth doing it.
Mm.
So
Yes.
anyway, talking about like the impacts, like I'm not, like I said, I am stressed. I can't say stress, but obviously there are things going on, in my personal life, but not from the job anymore. And the good thing about, oh my gosh, I can go on and on about the good things about, online businesses. Like I'm home now, I can work from anywhere I want to. Like I can sit in my room, I can go to my backyard, I can go to the beach, I can go, like wherever and still be able to do my business, right? I can choose my hours. I can make my own schedule, right? I don't have to wake up to the alarm at 5 in the morning and get ready for the work and
Mm.
hurry and go. I don't have to do that no more, right? If I want to wake up in the middle of the night and start working, I can do that, right? It's a flexibility that matters the most, and I love it. I just love it. So, the other thing I really want to like tell people is like, when we think about typical online business, what we think is like, okay, you sit in front of the desk and work for 8 hours a day, from home. I just want to clarify that that's not what it is,
No.
right?
No.
It's not,
No.
because this is not the job that you work for big companies and they pay for you, right? This is online business that do you do from your home, set your own schedule and your own flexibility. You have so many choices, right? And I was not, I was tired of not having control in my life before, right? That
Mhm.
is important. Control of my life, control of my finances, control of my freedom. So it feels like I gain all those back, right? It feels like I am happy now. I feel it, right? So I can, yes, obviously it has changed my, like the way I live my life now, right? I'm more able to spend time with my family, right? I was never home. Like I always work on holidays, Christmas work, Thanksgiving
Mhm.
work, always at work. And even like, Kim, the thing is like my parents, they live in Nepal. So the time difference is almost like 12, 13 hours approximately. So
Mm.
when it's night, it's day there. So because of that, and on top of that, I used to work all the time, so that did not help because I couldn't talk to them. You know what I mean? So I was missing out on so many things. So now I don't have to do that because, I'm home and I can give back to my family, like I can play with my dog or whatever, do things that I love to do, is what I'm saying.
Yes. You know, you know what also impressed me? You're a young woman. And because you said you sat back and you took a look at what was going on,
Hmm.
and you said to yourself you didn't have a plan B.
Yes.
You got COVID, now you were stuck with all the
Hmm.
bills. And even though we have a job, the jobs we work does not even cover the cost of living, cover the cost of childcare, cover the cost of basically anything that we are doing to exist in this world. And the way I look at it is, if I can spend, or if you can spend 12 hours a day building someone else's business, why can't I take that same 12 hours a day and work and build my business? And this is what she is saying today, right? This is
Hmm.
what she's saying today, that she made that decision to step back from her nursing career, right?
Hmm.
And look at her own life. And, she said, this is not working for me. I have to do a 360. And while doing that 360, she came across this online business. And this online business has changed her life dramatically. She is no longer stress free. She is smiling and she has one of those most beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you so
You
much.
know, one of those people when you're speaking to them, they are smiling all the time. While they're speaking, you have one of those smile. So you
Thank
can
you.
do this business as a young person. You don't have to be an older woman or older man to join this business. You can do this in your teens from 18
Mhm.
years over and over. And this young lady is a young lady, and she knew and she knows what she wants, and she made the right choice today. So hats off to you, my dear.
Oh, thank you so much.
If there is anything you would love to share with anyone that with our viewers that is looking, or anyone that is going to see our replay
Mhm.
anytime in the future, would you like to leave any advice to them
Sure,
with them?
sure, sure. I would love to share a few advices coming from my own experience. So when it comes to business, right, Kim, it's not a routine job or typical job, right? It's different. So in my mindset before I started this business thing, what I used to think is like, okay, business is for like typically men, like there's some stereotypes, right, in our society. Like business costs huge amount of money all the time. There's a huge risk and this and that. I used to assume things, right? So what I was doing is like filling in gap in my thoughts with my own beliefs and ideas,
Hmm.
right? So when you have that assumptions about things and situation, it prevents you from, getting more knowledge or from your growth. So what I would like to strongly suggest people is to get out of the comfort zone. You know, being comfortable in the situation where you're struggling is addictive. It is. So, to be able to step out of that, you know, you need encouragement. You need, like the motivation. But be your own motivation, because nobody is going to come tell you to do this, right? You have to realize it on your own, right? So you have to think about it like the bigger picture, right? So get out of the comfort zone, explore, look around what people are doing, follow them, look around, ask people, right? Make sure you're getting the right information, verify the information, right? Because not everything that is on the internet is true these days, right? We come across, and I have come across a lot of things that isn't true. So make sure you verify that the thing that you are getting from the internet is true. Explore, get out of the comfort zone. No matter how many years you have put it in your career, if you're not happy, then it's time to move on, right? It
Yeah,
doesn't matter, regardless of your age, your gender, whatever. It does not matter, right? So that's what I would like to tell them. It's like get out of the comfort zone. Don't get too comfortable with your excuses, because at the end of the day, your goals, your ambitions are way, way bigger than your excuses,
hmm,
right? So that's what I would like to say is get out of comfort zone, give it a try, ask, explore, verify the information that you're getting the right information, get help if you need help, ask for help. That's what I would like to tell them.
that's right, that's correct, and that's beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
all we ask is, if anyone is interested in what we are speaking about, or whenever they come to our webpage, they ask, what is this business about? We kindly direct you to join the free webinar,
Mhm.
because everything concerning the business would be presented at the free webinar. So
Yeah.
our webinar is every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. This is Eastern Time,
Mhm.
5 p.m. Pacific Time, and 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes,
Correct?
7 p.m.
So I would love to thank my guest, Roji,
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to thank you for sharing your journey as a young woman. And you can see, as she stated, sometimes you have to get out of your own head. You know why? Because your own mind, your own thoughts are the ones that is always the thing that is blocking your way.
Yes.
Your own self-destruction is your mind. And sometimes we got to move out of our own way to see what's right ahead before us. And if she didn't get out of her way, I'm telling you today, she might have been making another rounds right now in the hospital on Xanax,
Right.
stressed out,
Mm-hmm.
mentally on, because mental mentalness is real. And
Right.
it's, to me, one of the things it starts with is in the workplace, because we need the job so much, but inside we are dying, inside we are screaming, and
Mm-hmm.
we are holding it in so hard, so much, and it consumes us eventually. And you got out before it consumed you. So I would love to say, anyone who would love to find out more, please do reach out. And when we say join the webinar, please reach out and join the webinar. You would hear all the information concerning the business. You will see people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
I believe if you call a nation today, yep, someone is working their business. And just
Exactly.
as she said, this business is your own business. We are all partners together, but we run our business individually.
Individually.
So her business is hers. As she stated, she gets up late at night if she wants to, however late, however early, however long. And the effort she puts into her business defines what she's looking for in the outcome. So, thank you very much, everyone, for viewing our interview. And I would love to say thank you again for joining us. And we shall see you another time when I will have another guest lined up just to encourage you and to just, what's the word? I lost my chain of thought. Just to inspire you on
Inspire
our
you.
journey. And I brought this young lady to inspire you. So have a wonderful day wherever you, and thank you very much for viewing us.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Thank you.
All right.